There was a debate on Gilbert Arenas' podcast about Allen Iverson versus Steph Curry and who the best is. This is an easy answer for me. I don't like to compare eras. I don't like to compare past players to new players. Let me put it this way before I hit play on this. When you talk about somebody like Allen Iverson versus somebody like Steph Curry, right? Does a 2019 Tesla have more advancements than a 1995 Mustang GT? Yes. Does that make it a better car? I mean, me personally, I'm taking the old Mustang GT in a 5-speed and I'm ripping down the street, leaving marks all over the road because that'd be a blast. You know what I mean? But people would prefer a new Tesla because they can probably just think to open the door and the thing drives itself, whatever else. You can't compare those two things. You can't compare a player from the late 90s, early 2000s to a new age player. And if they're going to compare their skill sets or anybody throws out numbers, I'm out of this conversation because you can't do that. Players in the late 90s were not shooting threes like they're shooting them right now. Players weren't coming up as they were learning and developing in high school and college. They weren't shooting threes the way they're shooting them right now. So it's just a totally different game. You're comparing... you're just comparing two players in two totally different games, and I don't really like it. But let's hear what they say, man. Let's go ahead and hear what they say just for fun. Y'all know how I feel about Allen Iverson. He's the damn GOAT. He's pound for pound the damn GOAT. But let's listen to it, man.
So you sub AI into Steph Curry's team. Does he win 4 championships and he do all the shit?
Hell no, he don't. No, he don't.
No, he don't.
No, he don't.
No.
Wait, hold on.
If you put AI on Steph Curry's team, does he win 4 championships? If Allen Iverson had Draymond Green and Klay Thompson in their prime and that bench on the 2016 team that probably could have went deep into the playoffs on its own, Andre Iguodala, yeah. Come on, man. Allen Iverson took Aaron McKee to the NBA Finals. And you're telling me you give him Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and all those guys, and he doesn't get... Come on, man. Come on.
I don't know.
So the question is, does Steph Curry average 28 a game without the cast that he has?
Oh, that's a good question, too, because... In the heyday of that Warriors team, you couldn't double Steph. You couldn't leave Klay. On a team where you don't have another elite shooter to pass the ball to, Steph could get doubled and tripled a lot more. And he probably doesn't average 28 a game without those guys. It's a team game. But that again, that has nothing to do with the comparison between the two.
All the screen set and all that shit.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah, because his shooting, his skill set, you create the offense for him anyway. So the dominant players are going to be dominant. AI can move around. They're going to be dominant.
AI can move around, Brandon.
Yeah, he can move around. But put him in the same. Put him in the same category as Steph Curry.
I don't think I've ever heard Brandon Jennings have a take out loud at all. So. I'm not really prepared for the argument he's about to try to make.
Double down on.
But what I'm saying is,
let's double down. You know what I'm saying is, AI can move around. You're the one said. AI compared him to Steph Curry. Yes, he compared to Steph Curry.
He didn't have the guard. He didn't have the guard.
AI can move around.
He didn't have the guard.
Compared to.
All right, let's learn how to do a podcast here, and let's take turns talking so we can hear what you guys are saying. All right.
Steph Curry, Allen Iverson.
Yes. You say it loud as you want. Say it as loud as you want.
Rookie of the year, number 1 pick.
He cannot.
Number 1 pick.
I don't know what. The problem is.
Woo!
The problem is
that Steph Curry brand is tough over there.
I like it. I love AI, but he's not using Steph.
Not because. What's the argument? Are you going to give me a reason? You're just going to say you can't fuck with Steph. Well, are you going to give us a reason?
Because you never played against him. You don't know what it was.
Hey, there you go. Tell him, Gil. Tell him, Gil.
Blur.
Right? You don't know what it. You don't know what it was. Like he himself demanded all 5 people.
You could tell people that watched Allen Iverson and people that didn't watch Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson's lateral quickness was the most unbelievable thing the NBA's ever seen. He would go from the left elbow to the right elbow in a blink of an eye, bro. He was in his prime, completely unguardable.
This guy.
No, he doesn't.
So this guy.
No, he's
right
never
when he
been.
step past half court. He demands every.
No, he's never been quadruple teamed.
When he stepped past half court, everybody's guarding him.
Nah, bro. That's how the 2016 Warriors dominated. They had other players that you couldn't leave open. That's why they were so hard to stop.
Who?
Steph Curry. What are you talking about? You're not just gonna let Steph Curry walk past half with the ball. You're gonna have to guard him.
They do.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said nobody's guarding him.
You switched out on.
Okay, another guy. It's 5 guys. It's 5 guys watching one guy.
No one switched on to Allen Iverson.
You didn't have to. For what?
No, we
didn't have to.
You got to switch on Steph.
We didn't. No.
What do you mean you didn't?
We didn't switch. No one was that fucking stupid.
Bro, if you switched a center onto Allen Iverson, he would have blew to the rim so quick.
Brandon,
Because the thing about Steph is,
What are y'all talking about?
Steph wasn't fast like Allen Iverson.
Does it matter?
Thank you. It does matter.
You can switch on to him, and he's going to try to bop you. Allen Iverson, you had to double or triple team. If he was there, we don't give a fuck who you were. Mm-hmm. You're over there, cool. We're here.
We watching
right? If Clay was with Allen Iverson, Clay would average 30.
Easy.
Because we did not give 2 shits about Clay at that point.
But you would have to. That's how the Warriors were so good.
Because the dude himself was so dominant.
That it didn't win to no ring.
And so, do you know what his team looked like?
That's such a dumb argument, man. But he didn't win no rings. All right, look, if Steph Curry was on a team with Eric Snow, Aaron McKee, Tyrone Hill, Todd McCullough, and Dikembe Mutombo, would he have the rings that he has? AI turning Curry's ankles into curry food. And I love Steph Curry, and I'm not arguing that one's better than the other, but if you're going to argue that one's better than the other, it's just ridiculous, especially trying to say that Steph is that much better than AI was.
That it didn't win to no ring.
And so, do you know what his team looked like?
No.
I don't
give a fuck.
No.
You should.
No.
You should.
Let me.
See, I like podcasts that are just for entertainment, but you know, when I'm listening and I'm just hearing people say things and have absolutely not a single thing or fact or reason that they can put out there for, like, that's not debating. That's just saying things. You know, even Gilbert Arenas in this argument is bringing up facts and making points to support his argument. Who is Brandon Jennings, bro? I remember him as a player. Why is he on the show? He's just to say things so they can yell at him because people like to hear arguing, I guess. So he's like the Skip Bayless of the Gilbert Arenas show. That's pretty impressive. But at least at least attempt to back up your argument. You're not even give us anything.
No. Hold on. Hold on.
What do you mean? Who was playing in the league?
No, hold on.
Kobe, Shaq,
Stop disrespecting.
It's not
Disrespecting stuff like that. It's
Tim
crazy.
Duncan. All these niggas was playing in the league.
This dude's going in.
And you know who Steph had to go against? KD, Russ, James Harden, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. Yeah, a bunch of what? Bunch of superstars.
Compared to all the names.
You played against, trash.
Tracy McGrady.
Watch
Vince
out.
Carter.
How the hell is he
all
talking?
they trash?
How the hell is he
they
talking?
All trash?
Talking.
They all Hall of Famers.
These other niggas
They
better.
all
Okay. I don't think I need to hear any more of this. Brandon Jennings is the worst basketball speaking person. If we're gonna call him a podcaster, Brandon Jennings, he's the worst thing I've ever heard. This is the worst thing I've ever heard. This is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And for somebody to make Gilbert Arenas sound like a genius. This is a guy that got basically ejected from the NBA for bringing a bag full of into the locker room. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. You're making him sound like the smart one?